Hey friends, it's Sonia with Junk Monkey Paint Company. I wanted to pop on for a quick daily chat, a quick tip for you guys when it comes to growing your business. I know right now things are really uncertain out there, and if anything, we have more time than ever to spend on working on our business and getting to things that we've always wanted to get to, right? So I'm looking at the positive, and I hope you guys are as well. I hope you're staying happy, healthy, and well out there right now. And if you happen to be around right now, it is noon on Monday. It's been a busy morning for me, so I switched our daily pop in and chat to a little bit later today. Remember, if you've never seen me on here at 9 a.m. in the morning, it just means that I got into something, pulled into something, and I always leave a note in the community tab right here on YouTube. So today is just going to be a really quick chat. I'm taking a quick break right now to talk to you guys. I'm going to throw it a quick tip to you, and hopefully you're having a cup of coffee, something warm today. And like I said, just staying well overall. So all these things that we talk about here on the channel about, like repurposing content, bringing old content out, making it fresh again, all those things, even like taking multiple pictures of your subject matter, things like that, right? To help build your business. That's good. That means that you're taking a lot of photos, a lot of videos. And so as we continue to meet up and talk, one of the things I realized I hadn't shared with you guys is that I have multiple basically plug-in storage units for all the photos and the videos that I take. This one is called a Seagate, and I got it at Wally World at Walmart. And you can watch when they go on sale. You can get them online. It doesn't really make a difference. Hey, Lisa, it doesn't really make a difference what name you get, but in the sea of all the things that you're doing, you're building your business and all the stuff that you're doing, don't be like a one and done and you never pull out that project again to share with people, or you never know. Maybe you want to pull out a bunch of photos down the road and you're like, man, I got them here. I got them on my phone. Like they're on this phone. I switched phones. They're in my email. They're everywhere. I know because, yes, we get so busy that we're always moving ahead that we don't take the time to organize our electronic files, right? Our electronic data. So if you have time on your hands right now, and you're like me, where you have more pictures of furniture or more pictures of projects than ever before, than even, your family members, and you're like, what can I do with all of them? Think about, if you have one of these right now, this might be a great time to start that process of creating folders. And so who out there right now has one of these? It is basically, I just call it a plug-in. Think of it like a storage unit, okay? That's basically what it is. So you can store data, right? It's a block that allows me to be able, and you can get them in different, like how much memory they hold, just depends on how big they are. When you look at the what do you call it? The like the memory on the back of them. I forget what this one is. I have a couple of them, and it's really proved useful for me because I have lost lots of photos. As somebody who's painted furniture for over a decade, I have lost a lot of photos on old drives. I have switched to a lot of phones over a decade. And there's always files that get corrupted. Hey, Chris. Hey, Catherine. There is always, and Sandy and Kim, there's always files that get corrupted. Like, the laptop that I'm on right now, you've heard me talk about out loud. Like I've had this laptop now for a couple years, and I'm starting to see stuff like every now and then there might be a line through my screen, or it just doesn't want to chug as normal and I have to do a restart on it, right? Those are all things right now that are telltale signs to me that, my laptop, might be soon going to bite the dust, right? And so I have stuff saved on it. So now is a great time to offload the stuff that I have onto a hard drive, a separate hard drive that I can keep. And so as you grow your business, and obviously, this can be a business expense. So keep your receipt at the end of the year when you talk to your accountant or you're doing your taxes. Keep the receipt because it's important to save all of your photos. I only wish that I had all the photos that of all the stuff that I've taken for over a decade. And, and where I started, and a lot of those photos, oh my gosh, they're on hard drives that are just, that are sitting like that. They'll never be plugged in again, but it's on there somewhere, but it makes it so much easier because you can organize it. So what I like to do is when I get some extra time on my hands and I make a point of it, it feels so good. It's like, I don't know, it's like wiping down your counters or cleaning off your dresser, your vanity, when you just organize and you take a moment to do that, because there's physical stuff. Like if all these books were off the shelves and they were stacked everywhere and you're always sorting through stuff, well, it's a waste of time, your time and energy to find the stuff. And so just like you organize stuff physically, organizing it electronically is a good thing for your mental health, okay, and for your business, because you can drop in real quick and find stuff. So what I like to do is I'll get to a moment where I'm like, okay, Sonia, you got too many photos on your phone. Like, you have to make space for an update to happen. You got so many photos at this point, you need to get them off your phone so your phone can breathe and operate like it needs to do so, right? So you don't get it all bogged down. So what I do is I got this one at Walmart. I think I paid like $30 for it. For this one, it's a smaller, I think this one's a smaller memory. And then I have one that's a bit bigger and it's like 64. I forget what it is. It's a bigger one, right? You pay more for more memory space. So I have this one. I still haven't filled it out just yet. And so what happens is I plug this into my desktop and I plug my phone into my desktop. And then I go down and I open up the folder for my phone and it shows me all the contents. And I go down and I open up all the folder for this guy right here, which this one is called a Seagate. That's the name of it. So that's what pops up. I open up that and then guess what I do? I hold down, I do the hold where you like select all the files and I click it and I pull it over to into the Seagate. Okay, my phone folder files over to my Seagate. And then you ever see that thing where it just like, it gives you like, we're copying, right? We're copying and everything is going over. And so that way everything is all on here. So some people get all crazy with the cheese whiz. You can do as many backups to whatever piece of content you have as much as you feel you need. For me, I'm happy to have it on my Seagate so I can go back. And then when you're into it, you can go ahead and you can start organizing. Like, for me, this is all pictures of projects with sunshine yellow. And this is all, projects with, I don't know, Liberty blue. This is all my artwork that I've scanned, right? I've let a lot of originals go out, but I've taken the time to scan it and take photos of it because I have plans to continue to make use of them. And so that's the kind of stuff that I don't want to go missing, right? So taking the time to just get yourself, or if you have one around the house, or if your kid has one and he or she's not using it, can mom have that? Because if you're not making use of that, I could really make use of this. And I do that. Michelle says, I do backups to OneDrive. Okay, sounds good. I'm glad that you have a place that you're storing it, because if your phone, if you dropped your phone, I don't even want to say it, but let's say, for example, you dropped your phone in the toilet. Let's say, for example, I don't know, your phone fell down and it broke to the point where you couldn't even turn it on. Like, what would you say is on your phone right now? And would it send you like, no? Would it make you sad? Even thinking about family photos and stuff like that, I've shared with you guys before that I did a story one time on a photographer, and she's a professional photographer, and she was saying how it really is, like if you're in the world of photography right now, a lot of photos are not getting preserved like they used to because people aren't printing their photos. And a lot of photos of history are being left on hard drives that just get left in the corner or in the basement or on old phones that never will be, accessed again. And then the equipment becomes obsolete and it's stored on there, but they'll never see the light of day of being printed, right? That it's a very real thing. So I'm just even thinking about for like family photos and stuff, vacation photos, take the time to get it off your phones and off your, for example, your little memory cards that if you have a video camera where you plug a card into it, same sort of thing, right? Get yourself to a desktop and then get yourself one of these, whatever brand you want, pick something that's going to work for you, and then go ahead and put it into folders. So I wanted to let you know, Sandy says CDs, and floppy disk, right? True that, right, man? Time moves on. There's probably a lot of people that wouldn't know what a floppy disk is. I remember I took my son when he was younger. We went to where's it to? I think it's in Nova Scotia, around the Lunenburg area, and there is a whole museum developed around communication and old phones and Alexander Graham Bell. And I took Riley there, and the old phones were like they were not looking like this. And I said, I'll pay $5 if you can figure out how to dial mom on that, right? And he had no clue. The rotary part that you're supposed to put your finger in and move, he was like hitting the numbers on the outside of it, going, I don't understand how this works, right? Because time goes on, and you might think that you will have your photos on here forever, but we don't know how things are going to evolve and change, right? So I just wanted to throw that out to you. Yep, get a hard drive. You got it, Judy. Yep, go get yourself some plug-in storage, all right? So that way This is like your, you know, when you have your house and this is your house, but you got stuff on there that, I don't know, needs to go in storage, right? Like AKA all the content that you're doing for your business. And you don't, you know, you've done content once and you can repurpose it and you can reuse it. So why lose it? Think about that part. And if you create your storage unit, you can organize it as you go, right? What gets hard is when you have a ton of stuff on your phone and you take it all off at once, and it could be thousands of photos, right? So if you can get good at doing weekly dumps or regular dumps off of your phone to take those photos and videos, and your phone will act even better, right? So if you feel like you're going live and yes, it could be you need a software update, you know, for example, you need, I don't know, the latest version of Facebook. A lot of times phones can't even do updates because we have no space left on them, right? And then you're like, man, why does my Facebook Live cut off every single time? You have to clear out your phone to make sure it can breathe and operate properly. It may not have enough space to even be able to do a download and a software update. Ask me, because I was at that point with my last phone, and it's filled with stuff, right, that I'm still taking off. But right now my old phone is like a drive, because it got to the point where it crashed before I got this one. And so now I need to go ahead and take all that stuff off and put it on here. So anyway, right, something to work towards. I got mine, Judy, at Walmart, and it's called Seagate, Seagate. It works beautiful, and I do have two. I got one, and then I got a second one because I make and create a lot, right? And we have a lot of, think about all the logos, all the stuff that you do, right? Make sure you have that, because you might think, well, oh, my graphic artist has that, or the person I'm working with has that, or you know, I'm using some outside service and they have that. Well, you know what makes me feel good? I have that. So that's my rant for the day right now. That's my piece of advice for the day, that as you go on to grow your businesses and you're taking more photos and you're being more diligent about what you're doing, you know, and you're having more content and you're producing more content to give value to people, have a strategic plan in place so that you don't lose it all. Because a year down the road, you're going to be looking for the same video that you did today. So it makes it a whole lot easier when you have something like this, right? A hard drive, and you go, and it basically looks the same way. You wouldn't know the difference. It's just called Seagate, right? That's what mine is called. But it just looks like a file folder inside your computer, and everything can be labeled and organized. And you know what's beautiful? This is one of the main reasons I had this as well. When I first got my first one, is that it plugs into my laptop and I can take it with me. So when I was traveling around, you know, it was nice. It freed up the space on my computer. So when I'm doing like Zoom and things like that, my computer is not bogged down. But I can take this and I can go over to Matt's laptop. And if he says he needs something, I'm like, here, plug this in here. Go back and pick the one that you want, or whatever it is, you know. So it's portable. So you can take it with you, plug it into your laptop, plug it into your desktop. It's a wonderful thing. Judy says, I've been emailing mine, then upload to laptop, then to a stick. This will be easier. Yes. And when you get into a block like this here, it gives you a lot of memory. Yep. Zoom is the app that I use when I show you guys my desktop. It's called Zoom, and you're able to do webinars. If you ever see me do split screen, if you were in my paid coaching group, we did a lot of Zoom meetings. And anytime you see somebody projecting live, and there's many different apps that you can use, but if they're using Zoom, you will literally see the word Zoom come across the bottom, because they do their own branding and show you. All right, my friends. Well, I am getting back. Michelle says every teacher in America is using it right now. That's exactly what Zoom is. Yeah, it's to be able to conference in virtually. All right. And you can do it with audio, you can do it with video. It's a cool app. And it's a paid app, and for more bells and whistles, you do have to pay a price to have it. But hey, if you have a reason to use it in your business, get it and use it. And then, like I said, at the end of the year, if it's reasonable for you to have it in your business, consider talking to your accountant to use that as a business expense at the end of the year that you needed it to do business. Yep. And it's C as in SEAGATE. That's the one I've always been using. And I have we sure can, Sandy. And that is, I've just had great experience with it. So you might have your own, just do whatever works for you. Maybe there's one around your house right now that somebody bought but never really used. Clean it out and say, I am using this. All right, guys. So I'm going to get back to work and packing and shipping out your Happy Meal today. And all pistons are firing over here at the Junk Monkey. So I thank you very much for giving me some grace to come in at noon today. You guys know that I never, ever, I never want to miss a daily chat with you guys, right? That is the challenge and the goal this year. So we come out 2020. So use this time right now to work on growing your business, all the things that you've wanted to get to, right? Now maybe you have the time. Look at the positive side and go, what do I have control over that I can do today that I've been saying for a long time that I wish I could just get done around the house or around my business? And even working with other fellow business owners right now who are maybe home, or there's been a change, for example, in their work status. They would love to be hired by somebody who can hire them, to work on something. Like if you need something done, for example, graphics, think about all the stuff that you can work people with virtually right now that might be home and only hoping that somebody will hire them for a project because they need to put food on the table, right? So if you can help other fellow businesses out virtually and work with them that way, this is a great time to reach out to somebody or to put a call out and say, hey, this is what I need help on. Can I pay somebody to help me, I don't know, set up a website or whatever it is, or you work on it yourself and you figure it out yourself. That's going to come down to your decision, right? Whether you want to spend it or whether you want to figure it out. And yes, you can figure it out. Totally up to you. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with me. And hopefully this has given you something to think about today. That's my goal every day, to give you something to think about in your business, right? To always move forward. Catherine says, have a wonderful day, everybody. Jan, take care, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Kim, thank you. Very nice. All right. You too. You have a great day. I'll see you guys in here in the group again tomorrow. And I might see you once I get all my work done over on the Junk Monkey Creative side, packing and shipping. Then you may see me back on live. Again, I'm working on that door that I was painting for my buffet, using things around my home right now without going out and going, what can I design with it without having to go out and shop for extra decorations. And we all have stuff in boxes and we can move it around, right? Michelle says, just wanted to say thank you for telling us about Filmora. I've been able to record my screen and myself for my lessons. Yay! Oh, that makes me so happy, Michelle. I am glad that you can take that piece of information and that you're able to better yourself, better your business, and do what you got to do, right? That makes me happy. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Go get something done, right? Do something that floats your boat, fills your happy bucket, and moves your business forward. All right, totally up to you. See you tomorrow. Bye.